This is Deb Jones with a quick walkthrough on how to set up your campaigns in Visistat and also how to look at the data once they're set up. So I am using my own account here so that I can show you some campaigns that have already been set up in the past. But over to the left, in the left navigation menu, you see several menu items, and if you hover over AdCam, it opens up into a little menu that shows you a couple of things. If you click on AdCam, the word itself, you get the summary page. If you click on one of the individual campaigns, you will get the detail related to that campaign. This is actually the detail icon. And if you click on this red AdCam Manager link, it takes you to the page where you can set up a new campaign. That's what we're going to do right now. And from this page, we see all the campaigns that we've set up in the past, along with their parameters. And we have some links right over top of that, that table. The first one is Start New Campaign. We're going to click on that. And it pops up a dialog box that's very simple to follow. And let's just say that we are going to call this Campaign January Newsletter. And then it's asking for us to create a campaign code. So I'm going to call it JAN11-News. I click Next. Now, on this page, very important, click the Note in Date box so that your campaign doesn't stop unless you want to define an end date. Next. Now here we can either choose to create a conversion page or a page that we want the system to use to identify a conversion. And in this case, what we want to do is select from the menu that tells us which pages the Visistat code is on, and it won't accept it until it has the little green button with the check mark next to it. And then the other alternative is, if we don't want to use a conversion page, we can add a conversion snippet to a page, which will allow us to capture certain values from that page, such as the person's IP address and maybe if it's a revenue generation kind of thing, there would be order values we might collect. So click on Create, and now it gives us our campaign URL. And all we need to do is just make sure we use this URL. I'm going to click on Highlight, and that gives you kind of your cut and paste. And you'll notice that there's a question mark and then PMC equals and then the value that we entered at the beginning. And this is the parameter that tells the system what campaign it's using. And then once a campaign is in place, in this Campaign Manager menu page where we have the summaries, all you have to do is highlight a campaign to be able to go in and change the parameters, edit the parameters of that campaign, and then just click Update Campaign. And then if you want to see the report, you would click on Campaign Summary, and I'm just going to expand this back to capture some campaigns I've done in the past. Click Go. And here's the important information that you want. If you have conversions set up, either page name conversions, which is the URL like we did in the previous, or dynamic conversions, which is adding a special snippet to that page, those would show up here and would give you single page comparison between campaigns and be able to tell which one is giving you the best conversion. This little info button right here defines all of your metrics for you. so that you understand what they mean by click-through, page view, bounce, and conversion. And then this little icon right here, anytime you see this detail icon, this is taking you down to the individual IP address level. And so let's say, for example, I want to look at these 15 click-throughs that happened on July 17th. Then I can see each one individually. I can see which one's bounced. I can see which one's stuck and had multiple page views. And I can keep drilling down until I see the click path for that person. And so that gets to be really useful when you're trying to backtrack and figure out where your actual lead forms or where your actual conversions came from. Thanks a lot. Bye.